Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna give you a couple of mnemonics that's for sure gonna help you and make studying easier and more fun. Structure passing through the parotid gland from superficial to deep are facial nerve, which is the most superficial structure, external carotid artery, retromandibular vein, auriculotemporal nerve from the posterior trunk of V3, deep parotid lymph node. How you can remember this one? You can remember this one by remembering this mnemonic. Saliva flows efficiently, redirected again deep into stomach. Saliva flows efficiently, redirected again deep into stomach. Saliva is for the mnemonic is parotid, for the parotid, right? Parotid produces saliva. Flows, the F for facial nerve, which is the most superficial structure as we said. Efficiently, E for external carotid artery. Redirected for retromandibular vein. Again, the A in again for auriculotemporal nerve. And deep into stomach, deep for deep parotid lymph node. So simply remember this phrase. Saliva flows efficiently, redirected again deep into stomach. You're gonna like this one. Fraise syndrome. What is Fraise syndrome? Firstly, it's a syndrome that associated with damage to auriculotemporal nerve, usually after parotid gland surgeries. The patient will present with sweating and redness on one side of the face, particularly around the ear, cheek, and neck, triggered by eating or even the anticipation of food. So if the patient just saw food or anticipated that the food is coming, then he will have this sweating and redness around his ear, cheek, and neck. Nerve damage is auriculotemporal nerve. There is involvement of autonomic nervous system. This condition results from the misdirect regrowth of nerve fiber that should be responsible for salivary function. Instead, these nerves now stimulate sweat gland when food is ingested. Treatment option, usually medical intervention like Botox injection or surgical correction may be considered to alleviate the symptoms. Okay, I'm gonna make you remember all of this with just one word, which is sweat. And sweat here is abbreviation for sweating when eating auriculotemporal trauma. So S in sweating for sweating. The W for when, E for eating, A for auriculotemporal, and T for trauma. I'm going to explain it all here. Sweat represents the main symptom of Fraise syndrome, which is excessive sweating on the face while eating. Sweating when eating refers to the gustatory sweating response triggered by food-related stimuli. The A is for auriculotemporal nerve. This indicates the involvement of the auriculotemporal nerve, a branch of facial nerve, which is cranial nerve number 7, responsible for the condition. The T in the word sweat is for trauma. The condition can be caused by nerve damage during surgery or injury to the parotid gland. So you remember the whole syndrome by just remembering sweat, which means sweating when eating auriculotemporal trauma. And you're gonna love this sensation of the tongue. Tongue has mainly two sensations: general sensation and gustatory sensation. And gustatory sensation means sensation for taste. The posterior part of the root of the tongue for general sensation and gustatory sensation is vagus. The posterior third of the tongue for general sensation and gustatory sensation is glossopharyngeal. The anterior 2/3 of the tongue for general sensation is lingual, which is a branch of mandibular. And for gustatory, which is taste, is the facial, via chorda tympani. How you can remember this one? You remember it by remembering just one phrase: very good food, good life. We're coming from back to front. The V in very is for vagus. So the vagus give the gustatory and general sensation of the posterior part of the root of the tongue. Very. Good is for glossopharyngeal, which gives supply to the posterior third of the tongue for gustatory and general sensation. The anterior two-thirds of the tongue has two nerves. For general sensation is lingual, which is a branch of mandibular, and for gustatory is facial. How you can know that the anterior two-thirds of the tongue, the general is via lingual? By remembering good life. Very good food will give you the nerves from back to front. V for vagus, G for glossopharyngeal, and F for facial. Facial is gustatory. How we know that? By knowing that the lingual is general. How we know lingual is general? By remembering good life. And this picture explains it all. A last mnemonic for today. Which muscle that retract the tongue is styloglossus? How you can remember this one? You can remember by remembering this mnemonic. Stylish man retract girls. So stylish will remind you of styloglossus. Retract will remind you of retract the tongue. So the tongue muscle that retract the tongue is styloglossus. You remember it by remembering stylish man retract girls. We have more mnemonics. If you like this one, give it a thumb up, subscribe please. It will take just 10 seconds from you, but it will mean the world for us. Thank you and see you in the next video.